Sorry about that, ran out of memory, had to rejig some things. I'm back again anyway. Right, so part 2, we're adding 8. So just to recap, 5 to 13, add 8, 10 to 18, add 8, 15 to 23, add 8. So we can say it's like the 5 times table, but we're adding, can't spell, Dad, add 8, that's better, clearly see. So we can use this rule in words to go from the position to the term. So we can say it's like the 10 times, it's like the 5 times table, but we add 8. So 10 times 5 is 50, add 8 is 58. 50 times 5 is 250, add 8, 258. 202. Well, 202 times 8, 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10, so 200 times 10 is 1,000, and 2 times 5 is 10, so it's 1,000. Start again. 5 times 202 is 1,000 and 10, but we've got to add 8 to it, is 108. If you don't believe me, use a calculator to double check. Finally, we need to write this in algebra using the nth term. So if it's like the 5 times table, we call that 5n. There is our 5. Oh, yeah, there is our 5. It comes from that first difference. But we're adding 8. This time we add 8. 5n plus 8. Now these sequences don't only have to go up, they can also go down. They are still able to work it out. So let's try this one. 5, 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3. Okay, so as always we work out the first difference. So we know it's going to be like the minus 2 times table. Now I hear you cry, but we don't do the minus 2 times table, as you are very aware. Mathematicians, we are forever looking for expanding the number line, expanding the use of number. So just because we're used to dealing with the 2 times table, we can also have the negative 2 times table. We don't tend to be tested on it, but we expect to be able to calculate it and work it out. So what is the minus 2 times table? Well, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10. So we can say this is like the minus 2 times table, because we're going down in steps of 2, whereas the 2 times table we go up in steps of 2. So again, what do we do to get from negative 2 to 5? What do we do to get from negative 4 to 3? Negative 6 to 1, negative 8 to negative 1, negative 10 to negative 3. Right, we are going up, so we're adding. How much are we adding? We are adding 7. We're adding 7 every time. So we can say this is like the negative 2 times tables, but add 7. Okay, we've got it in words. Let's work this out. So negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. Adding 7 is negative 13. 50. Negative 2 times 50 is negative 100. Adding 7 is negative 93. (202) times negative 2 is minus 404. Add 7 is minus 195. Putting it in terms of n. Well, whereas before it's always the first difference times n, there's no difference here. So this time it's negative 2n, but we're adding 7. So add 7. Oops, twisting the paper around. So again, just to recap, we still find that first difference. Once we've found the first difference, we know what we're multiplying by n. We then write out that times table. Find what we do to get from that times table to the sequence, and that's what we add or subtract. Okay, so we've gone through the examples. Here are 3 sequences. Sequence E, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Sequence F, 44, 49, 54, 59, 64. And G, 22, 19, 16, 13, and a very dodgy looking 10. Make that a little bit clearer. Same principle as before. Work your way through. Now if you want to have a go straight away, pause the video and find the 10th, 50th, 202nd and nth terms. I'm about to give you a breakdown of some steps to follow. If you want to try independently, please do. If you want to listen to the steps first, then pause, you may also do that. So, step 1 is you find the first difference. Okay, and it is like that times table. Once you've found the first difference, you need to write out write that again, Mrs. Patmore's appalling. Write out the times table, TT. Write out the times table. You then need to compare the times table to the sequence. So that is the but, add or subtract, whatever. So the 3 steps again. First difference, like that times table. You write out the actual times table. You then compare the sequence, but you decide if you're adding or subtracting. And remember, to find the nth term, it is that, I'll put n, it should be m. Oh dear, I'm having a day of it. It is that times n, and then plus or minus whatever you find. If you haven't paused the video already to find out, to work them out yourselves, please do so. If not, pause it now and then check back in to go through the answers. Okay, so like before, let's work through. Finding the first difference. So this time we're adding 2. So we can say it's like the 2 times table. But if it was the 2 times table, it would go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What do we do to get from 2 to 8? 4 to 10, 6 to 12, 8 to 14, 10 to 16. we are adding 6 each time. So we can therefore find 10 times 2 is 20, plus 6 is 16. 5 times 2 is 100, plus 6 is 106. 202 times 2 is 404, plus 6 is 410. Then the nth term, so that is 2n plus 6. Next one, again, first difference. Adding 5, adding 5, adding 5, adding 5. So we're saying this is like 5 times table. But if it was the 5 times table, we would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Bit bigger number here, but still the same principle. We are adding 39. So 5 times 10 is 50, plus 39 is 89. 50 times 5 is 250, plus 39, I can't do off the top of my head, so I'm going to do a jotting. 250 plus 39 is 289. 202 times 5 again is 1010, plus 39 gives us 1049, and as in the nth term, 5n plus 39. Final one, as normal, work out your first difference. This one's going down, is going down by 3, minus 3 each time. So we know this is like the negative 3 table. Why I wrote that in full instead of putting GT, I don't know. If it was the minus 3 times table, it would go minus 3, minus 6, minus 9, minus 12, minus 15. What are we doing to negative 3 to get to 22? We are going up, it's getting positive, and how far are we going up? We're going up 25. Okay, so that's written out in words, so it's like the negative 3 times table, adding 25. So 10 times minus 3, 10 times minus 3 is 30. Sorry, start again. 10 times minus 3 is minus 30. Thank you. Add 25 is minus 5. 50 times negative 3 is minus 150. Why have I put that sign? It's that sign, Mrs. Patmore. Plus 25 is minus 125. 202 times negative 3 is negative 606. Plus 25 means we're going up closer to 0. Will give us 581, negative 581. How do we write this in algebra? It's the difference minus 3 times by n, but we are adding 25. That last one is particularly tricky.